AITA for not wanting my Phil to stay with us after he became a widower. My Mel unexpectedly passed away about 6 months ago. It was very hard on my husband and his family, especially my Phil. I lost both my parents when I was in my 20s, so I know how hard it can be and how difficult and different the grieving process can be for people. I tried to be there for my husband and his family in every way I could. And my husband told me numerous times how much he appreciated how much I took on while he was at his lowest. Before my husband and I married, I made it very clear that I did not want extended family living with us. When my mom died, my dad moved in with my sister and her husband, and it was an absolute disaster and nearly ended my sister's marriage. I didn't want us to find ourselves in a similar situation. He agreed completely at the time. Well, a couple months ago, Phil decided to sell his house because he says he can't live there without his wife. He is pursuing their retirement dream of remodeling their lake property to live there permanently. However, it sold faster than he expected, and he needed a place to stay between the closing and when the remodeling would be done. My husband asked if he could stay with us short-term, just until the remodeling was done. The expected time frame for him staying with us was 6-8 weeks. I work from home, so I'm in my home office every day. I made it clear to Phil that I am working during the day and I'm not to be bothered. However, to keep himself busy, he started cooking meals every day. I would come out of my office around lunch, and he'd have a whole spread ready for us. I'm a fairly picky eater and I prefer to eat a quick lunch and return to work, so I told him that he didn't need to bother with that sort of thing, and he stopped. I've also been retreating back into my office after dinner because I have been feeling smothered by having Phil there. I feel like I can't relax in the evening and that I always have to be on, if that makes sense. I'm an introvert and I need that time to unwind and recharge. Last weekend, Phil unexpectedly moved all of his stuff out. He told my husband that he didn't want to be a burden on us anymore and that he would be staying in a motel until his house is ready since it's just a few more weeks. After he left, my husband freaked out on me. He told me that Phil told him that I had made it very clear by my actions that I didn't want him here and that he didn't want to drive a wedge between us, so the easiest thing is to remove himself. He said, "I hope you're happy now. You got what you wanted," and I told him that was unfair because I never told Phil to leave. He's now barely speaking to me.